So I've been playing video games since I was about 6 years old. I grew up playing games like GTA 4, Call of Duty, Mario Kart, and a bunch of other games like that. But if I had to make a pie chart of every hour I've spent playing games throughout my life, honestly, probably about half of it would be 2K. Like, there was a point in my life where if you asked me what game I was playing, the answer was always 2K. Sunrise to sunset, 2K. School gets out, 2K. Weekend, 2K. Summer break, definitely 2K. There was literally some nights where I was playing 2K until I heard the birds arguing outside. So when I tell you that I don't really play 2K anymore, that's not coming from somebody who hates the franchise. It's coming from somebody who actually loved it a lot. So in this video, I just wanted to talk about how 2K slowly lost me as a player. Now, back then, when I first started playing, 2K was not perfect. People love to act like the old 2Ks were just flawless masterpieces, perfect down to the last minute details. But they weren't. Every 2K had its problems. Every 2K had overpowered builds, and every 2K had cheesy mechanics. But behind those overpowered builds and cheesy mechanics was a lot of fun that I was having each and every year. The game wasn't perfect, but I wanted to play it every day. And that's something that I don't really feel anymore. Now, let's start with 2K17. 2K17 was the first 2K that I really played and really got into. Around that time, I started watching Chris Moo, King Sean, and Gento. I really loved watching their My Career videos. So that year for Christmas, I told my mom she had to give me 2K17. And that was the start. That was the start of my obsession with 2K. From that day forth, I was playing 2K every single day. Now, was the game great? No, I won't even sit here and tell you that that game was good. That game had a lot of issues, from the My Park being super laggy to the point where it was almost unplayable. Those brick wall screens that everybody was abusing every single game. Not to mention, I know that Paul George screen still gives players PTSD to this day, and this game came out 10 years ago. So yeah, this game definitely had its issues, but I still enjoyed it a lot, especially the My Career. That was the most fun I ever had playing My Career since I started playing 2K. I know people weren't huge fans of Orange Juice, but I loved it, especially as a center. Me and Justice Young was looking like Lob City Part 2. And then 2K18 came out, and man, this game almost killed the franchise, y'all. I was so hyped to play this game too. This is coming off of all the fun that I had playing 2K17, and then they just announced the neighborhood as well, which looked so cold to me. I was way too hyped, too anxious to play this game, y'all. But that neighborhood that I was so excited about ended up being one of the worst additions to the game. Y'all, that neighborhood was so laggy, so glitchy. I know we all had that moment playing 2K18 where we walk into the park with full squads and the whole squad ends up in completely different parks. That's how bad the servers were. You couldn't go into the neighborhood until after you completed the prelude with every build. Do y'all know what that means? That means that every time you made a new build, you had to waste an hour of your time playing the same games against ATM before that new build could even sniff the neighborhood. And the My Career was just horrible. You could not skip cutscenes. So that means whether the cutscene was 30 seconds or 5 minutes, you had to sit through that entire cutscene before you could do anything else. And then there was Be Fresh. Be Fresh. I think the 2K community bullied that girl out of existence because I haven't seen her in no other 2K game or in any other work since 2K18, bro. And then the microtransactions in that game was ridiculous. They was charging 2,000 VC for a haircut, bro. Mind you, if you play a full My Career game, you only get 900 VC per game. So 2 My Career games to get 1 haircut. Yeah, so 2K18 to this day is widely considered to be the worst 2K in 2K history. 2K18 was so bad that people were genuinely going to NBA Live as an alternative. They were looking at NBA Live as an alternative to 2K18. and it still wasn't a good alternative. So that just shows you how bad NBA Live was.
Try.
Now this brings us to 2K19. Now 2K19 was better, but I think people overrated. And honestly, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that it came right after 2K18.
Try.
If you survive a terrible game like 2K18, any game after that is going to look good for you. And 2K could go nowhere but up after that game, because that's how bad 2K18 was. With that being said though, 2K19 was still not a very good game. This game definitely had its issues, and don't just take my word for it. Here's a clip of somebody explaining just a few of the problems that 2K19 had.
And at the beginning of the game, I was like, man, this game could be elite.
Y'all say elite.
And then all of a sudden, dudes start pushing. Pushing got removed. I started getting shot over. You know what I'm saying? You know? And then now everybody's a slasher. This game trash.
Yeah,
this game is trash.
You know what?
But despite those issues, I still had a lot of fun playing 2K. The takeover system was really good. They still use that system to this day. They brought the rec center back, and that's when I started playing with NW. So I still had a lot of fun, and it was still a good time. Now there's 2K20. And this is where a lot of people disagree with me, because a lot of people have 2K20 as their GOAT, and I'm not gonna lie, 2K20 was trash to me. Nostalgia really carries this game, and this game truly having a GOAT status, because a lot of people remember being in quarantine and not going to school and sitting at home and playing 2K all day. And yes, those memories were great, but the game was not as good. That game was awful. People seem to forget that this is the same game that the day that it launched, NBA 2K20 was trash, and Fixed 2K20 was trending #1 on Twitter. And I know y'all remember when Ronnie 2K came out and was like,
that's not the neighborhood, but you guys can think whatever you want.
And it was still the same neighborhood from 2K19. So yeah, 2K20 was cool. I had a lot of fun playing 2K20, a lot of memories, especially due to the virus being out. But I'm also not going to sit here and lie to y'all. That game was trash. Now, 2K21 was where things was just starting not to be very exciting to me anymore. Every year just started feeling like the same thing, and man, that shot meter, I'm not gonna lie, that shot meter was horrible. Whoever thought of that shot meter, they need to be arrested, because I hated that shot meter. But anyways, yeah, when 2K21 came out, I just started losing the love for it. Every year started feeling like the same thing. Just new city, new park, new player that I have to grind, and it just started not being fun to me. So I took a 2-year break off 2K. 2K22 and 2K23, I didn't play those games, because not only was 2K not getting fun, but I also just started doing more stuff in real life as well. Quarantine was ending, everything was starting to open up. I started getting into football, started getting into more sports, started having more of a social life in real life, and 2K, I just didn't really have the time for it. And then I got into JUCO, and when I got into JUCO, I had a lot, and I do mean a lot, of time on my hands, especially since I redshirted that season 2, so I wasn't really traveling with the team or anything. So with a lot of that free time on my hands, I had got me a PlayStation 5, and with that PlayStation 5, I had got me 2K24. And if I'm being completely honest, I had a lot of fun playing 2K24. I felt like the game was running pretty smoothly, and I could actually shoot in that game, which was something crazy to see, because I always played with a Giannis build. That was literally what I was known for. I was really known for making a Giannis build every year, and I was shooting. That's how easy it was to shoot in 2K24. Now, did that game have its issues? Yes, but I really overlooked a lot of those issues and just had a lot of fun playing 2K, and it was more fun than I had playing 2K in a very long time. And with that fun also came a lot of times where the game reminded me why I stopped playing the game in the first place. But at the same time, I still played that game a lot, and it was probably the game that I played the most for that year. So what was it? What was the real reason why I stopped playing 2K? I mean, that is why you clicked on the video, right? Well, let me tell you, because there's multiple reasons as to why I stopped. Now, let's talk about the biggest problem for me as to why I stopped playing 2K, and that was the microtransactions, the money. Making a build in 2K today feels ridiculous. First off, you have to actually buy the game, which is $70 or $100 if you buy the $100 edition. And then on top of that, you need VC in order to even have a chance in playing online, because you're not popping on the park with a 60 overall. That's just not going to happen. So now, how do you get the VC that you need? Well, you can either play the game and earn VC in the game, or you buy the VC. But here's the problem with playing the game to get VC. The game makes it almost impossible for you to actually grind a player to 85 if you're somebody that actually has other things to do in life. Now, you could grind my career and make about 1500 VC a game, which don't sound bad at first until you realize it costs 190,000 VC just to get your player to an 85 overall. And then you have to buy the animations for that build. And then after you buy the animations for that build, now you have to get clothes, because nobody's going to play on the park with a brown shirt. And then after you do all that, you have to hope that the build that you made is a good enough build, which is probably not going to be because it's the first build. So now you have to build another build and do all that stuff all over again. And now before you know it, you spent more money on the game than how much the actual game actually costs. And to me, that is just ridiculous, because not only am I spending $70 on your game, but after I spend that $70, I have to spend an extra $100 to $150 on your game just for me to be competitive, just so I could slightly enjoy the game. The economy is already bad enough as is. I shouldn't have to spend $200 just for a game to be enjoyable. And then the community, y'all are just awful. I'm not gonna lie. 2K plays a big part into why the game is bad, but y'all also play a very huge part as well. Y'all deserve a huge part of the blame. Every year, somebody is complaining about something in the game, and then 2K changes that thing to make y'all happy. And then after they change that, y'all complain about the change that they made, and it just becomes a complete circle of just complaints year after year after year, and it makes the gameplay worse, and it makes the game less enjoyable each and every year. Nobody is ever happy with the way the gameplay is, which is crazy because they literally give y'all the gameplay that y'all asked for. And then a lot of the times when you actually play online, nobody's ever actually trying to use skill to actually win the basketball game. They're just trying to look for the new exploit, the new glitchy move, the new move that can't be blocked, like every single year. I remember in 2K19, everybody was making stretch bigs because those stretch bigs can shoot over everybody and they was impossible to be contested. And then in 2K20, everybody was spamming hook shots because the hook shots could never be blocked, they could never be contested, they were green every single time. And then comes this year, I don't play 2K26, but every day on my For You page until it got patched, everybody was talking about temp phase. Now everybody's doing a temp fade. It's like everybody's looking for the new exploit and not looking for an actual skill to play the game. And because of these factors, I just got bored. It was the same thing over and over again. It got too repetitive. Same builds, same metas, same dribble moves. It was the same loop every single year. And after years of playing, it started feeling like I was doing the same thing and the game just didn't feel fresh anymore. I got tired of it. 2K made it so that every build can do pretty much everything, and because of that, everybody plays the same way. There's always just one specific way to play and one exploit to use each and every year. I don't really want much. I just want something where people can play different play styles and still compete. Something that doesn't require me to spend $200 before I can even compete and really enjoy it for real. Something that makes me excited to get on with my friends again. I don't know. Maybe one day 2K will pull me back in. Maybe they'll make a game that reminds me why I fell in love with the franchise in the first place. But as of right now, I'm done. But y'all let me know what y'all think. If you quit 2K2, let me know why in the comments. And if you're still playing it every day, tell me what keeps you coming back every single day. With that being said, man, if y'all enjoyed the video, please like, and I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.